big deer, yep. Let's go take a peek. I'll let you guys get out first.
Look with my hand.
Where did it go?
There. Put it on the other side.
Oh shit, it's right there. Oh, it went outside?
Yeah.
We can shoot off of this. Crazy. Oh. So we just found a great big typical. He's got a little kicker. Big, tall, big beams. I think we're gonna go get a look. I'll probably take it.
Man, I just want an elk with a big old frame on him, so that's what we're after. This one we're gonna let walk. It's just getting started here. Evening number 2, Muscalaire. Let's go see what else we can find.
Woo! Piled him up, one shot. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Welcome to this week's episode of The Fierce Life. I'm Devin Archibald. I work for Fierce Firearms, and when I'm not in the office helping guys with guns, I'm out here in the wilderness. This week we're out in the Silver State, Nevada. We left on Halloween. We're gonna start tomorrow is the 1st, and we're pretty excited. The buck should be chasing does real well. Hunting in Nevada and where we're gonna be hunting, our style will be. We're going to be glassing a lot. We'll be covering a ton of ground, hiking onto these knobs that you can see, right behind me, and doing a lot of glassing and looking the bucks over before we decide if that's one we want to pursue or not. It's a really fun way. It's a really fun way of hunting, and we hunt all day long. We don't, we'll take a lunch break for just a moment, and we're back on the glass all day because you never know when you might see that big buck bedded in some rocks. So when we start hunting in the morning, the plan is to get on some vantage points, and we're going to do a lot of glassing, and we'll hike up knobs and we'll hit where we know the deer are going to be because of the high winds we're expecting to have, and I think we're going to have a great day. You can't see it right there, just above below the skyline. It's like a 25, 26 inch buck. Yeah, I see him. He's got a kicker on his fore and his beam splits. If it was day 3,
Yeah.
he'd be dead, I think. But I mean, first morning, 3rd group of deer we see, it's like the opening day curse, Yeah, he had a little kicker on his fore and his beam split. Yeah, that deer's got a big frame.
Just didn't have a lot of mass.
So be ready, because if that was a shooter, we're gonna bail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to be quick.
This segment of The Fierce Life is brought to you by Cryptek, Battlefield to Backcountry.
Give us a little recap this morning, Arch.
Well, we just glassing, covering a lot of country. The bucks are definitely. It's November 1st. The bucks are definitely with the does. We saw one buck, probably high mid 170s. He split beam kicker on his fore, just lacking some mass and age. So we're just covering more ground. much as we can. Hunting this open country, one of the advantages you have is you can see long distances. You can see the animals before you pursue or get into their comfort zone. And that one of the disadvantages is it is difficult to get within a good range. You have to use the hills a lot. You have to watch your wind very carefully, and it can be some long range shooting is a very big advantage in this type of country. During this hunt, we're going to be hunting with my CT Edge. It's in a 7mm Rem mag. It loves to shoot the Barnes 160 TSX. I hand loaded myself. I've talked to Steve about it. He's super excited to hunt with this rifle. He's been out here in this country before, and he knows how wide open it is and how big of an advantage it is to be able to shoot long range. Well, that's what he is. He's a fairly normal buck. But then he's got just extras. Yeah. On both sides, you know. So if you're into that, his frame is not like, you know, what we saw that other two bucks. We just seen a buck. Oop, my good Benny. Just seen a buck, main frame 3-point, heavy, not real wide. Well, he was a 4, barely split on his back, and then he on his left side just 4 stack kickers like that. Big extra that split on the other. Just not a big frame deer. Big deer. Cool looking though, yeah. He's got about 20 girlfriends.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
He's the stud right there.
It's
big deer, yep. Let's go take a peek. I'll let you guys get out first.
With my hand.
Where did it go?
There. Put it on the other side.
Oh shit, it's right there. Oh, it went outside?
Yeah.
This segment of The Fierce Life is brought to you by Fierce Firearms. Ferocious performance, deadly accurate.
Well, here at Fierce Firearms on our Edge model rifles, we offer carbon barrel versions. We have the Carbon Edge and the CT Edge. The difference between the two is the Carbon Edge model has, of course, our carbon fiber C3 carbon barrel, and then it has the stainless steel action. So that is our Carbon Edge model. The CT Edge, the C stands for carbon barrel, and the T stands for titanium action. So we've got our lightest weight version of rifle in the CT Edge model. So we have those two models that come with our carbon barrel, and then when you get into our tactical models, we have a carbon tactical with a carbon barrel, and you can do a carbon titanium tactical version as well. But you know, we all often get asked, why is a carbon barrel better than a steel barrel? And it's like I tell everyone, at Fierce, all of our guns come with a 1/2-inch group guarantee. So all of our guns shoot exceptionally well, whether it's our Fury, our Edge with the stainless fluted barrel, or the Fury long range, no matter what it is, even the carbon barrel guns, all of our guns come with a 1/2-inch group guarantee. So I'm not gonna say our carbon barrels shoot better than our steel barrels, because they all shoot fantastic. But what a carbon barrel gives you for an advantage is a couple of things. One is it's lighter weight. When we say lighter weight, it's lighter per weight. So if you had a steel barreled gun with this size of barrel on it, your rifle would weigh most likely 11, 12 pounds. And the reason you'll see guns with such large barrels on them is anytime you go with a larger barrel, more thickness in the steel, it gives you better accuracy because it dampens the barrel vibrations and gives you more consistent barrel harmonics, which leads to a more accurate gun. Well, that's the concept behind a carbon fiber barrel, is because carbon fiber is 5 times stiffer per weight than steel, you can get a barrel that weighs, it's very light compared to the stiffness you get out of it. So, for example, in a carbon barrel, we're getting about a ½ pound lighter on our rifles than our standard steel barreled rifle. So, and then you combine that with our carbon barrel titanium action, you get nearly a full pound lighter. So for example, an edge rifle in the same configuration will be roughly around 7 pounds. A CT edge drops at about 1 pound in weight. So for a lot of mountain rifle hunters, that's extremely valuable. Another advantage a carbon barrel gives you is carbon has what, if it's laid up properly, has what's called a zero coefficient of thermal expansion, meaning it doesn't, the heat and cold temperatures don't affect it like steel. Steel has built-in stress into it, so when you get into extreme temperatures, whether it's hot or cold, it can cause your barrel to warp and therefore cause inaccuracies. With carbon fiber, you don't get that. It's not affected by hot or cold weather. So with a carbon barrel, you get more first shot accuracy out of a carbon barrel, because if you're out hunting in extremely cold temperatures, let's say you're out, you know, in northern Canada hunting whitetails and it's 20 below, that happens. Well, your first shot on a steel barrel where there's stress in the barrel, it can cause, you know, you've sighted your gun in, let's say in Utah where we're at 50 degrees and you're shooting fine. Well, you get out in those extreme temperatures, it causes your barrel to have stress in it, and therefore your first shot can be inaccurate. You get what they call cold bore inaccuracy, and that happens mainly in extreme weather conditions. Or on the flip side, you go somewhere where you're hunting, let's say Africa, and it's 110 degrees. So the carbon barrels will give you more consistent first shot accuracy and eliminate some of that cold bore inaccuracy that you'll get in steel barrels, especially skinny steel barrels. Another advantage carbon fiber gives you is it'll extend your barrel life. It can extend your barrel life. Tests have proven as much as 20 to 25%. And so, you know, for example, a gun that's shooting 1,000 rounds on average in a steel barrel, you do a carbon barrel, that can get you up to 1,200, you know, 1,300 rounds. So 20, 25% longer at barrel life. So that's, in all the hot rod barrels that are coming out nowadays, that's a big advantage if you can extend your barrel life that much more. So that's the big advantages of carbon fiber: weight, extended barrel life, more consistent first shot accuracy in extreme weather conditions. That's the big ones. And then of course there's the cool factor. Carbon fiber is definitely cool. The disadvantage is they're more money, and that's really the only disadvantage. As far as what it can take on the outside, I would say it holds up better than steel. Steel you can scratch, and you can scratch this as well, but it's not near as noticeable. But it takes a lot to damage the outside of these carbon fiber barrels. So next time you're thinking of trying a carbon barrel, make sure it's a C3 carbon barrel right here from Fierce Firearms.
This segment of The Fierce Life is brought to you by Limb Saver, products that work.
He's probably gonna be 190, 180, between 185 and 195, somewhere in that range. I if you got him. He's gonna turn. Put another one in. He's running down the bottom. Okay, hold on. Zoom it out. He's coming up on this knob. I don't see him. He's gonna be way over here. Hold on. He hasn't come out yet, but he was running down,
Yeah.
and he was coming up this knob.
He's coming pretty safe now.
Benny, did he hit him? Yeah. You hit him. He might be dead down there. I just don't know.
That hit him?
He said you hit him. Yeah, I couldn't tell. I just saw.
Got about right in the middle of him.
Okay, just watch this area down in this draw. He went to the bottom for sure. Okay, there's his does coming this way.
There's doors right on this
Yeah,
side.
those are the does. Yep. They're probably looking at him, wondering what his problem is. Yeah, he never came out. He went straight down and kind of right where the does went, and then he went down to the bottom, you know, and he never came out. Same thing, I'll just set this up. We're gonna walk. I got it. We got him? You can see him? Oh, below us.
Right where you said.
Oh, let's go look at him. Yeah, I knew he had one on the left. He does have two? Go ahead, Steve. I pop one out real quick. I think he's done. You like him? Because I know you said big frame, and that sucker's got a big frame. I can't wait to see his head on view, man.
Look at that. The old 7 mag, one shot.
One shot. Done.
Awesome. Look at those beams. Living the fierce life. Day one. Steve put the smack down on this old buck. We've seen so many deer today. We've just been lucky. Glassing deer all day, middle of the day, noon. We only took a 20-minute lunch because we were having so much fun. But
So many deer.
yeah, we snuck in, we saw him, knew right away he's big frame. It's what Steve wanted, big frame, awesome, typical. And snuck up here 300 yards and shooting the 7 mag CT edge, shooting Barnes 160 grain TSX, and he didn't go, what, 40 yards maybe down the hill?
Not even. Had a great day. Started out this morning. Devin first put his glass on a hillside, saw a deer immediately. Kind of figured it was just going to be a really good day. And we went on from there. Damn near everywhere we went, there was a buck. And whatever, we looked and looked, and Devin spotted this one and said, it's got a big frame. So we went for it, got within range, and 7 mag did the rest. End of story.
Special thanks, Western Wildlife Adventures. We're out here in Nevada. It's been hot and crazy windy.
Yeah.
We've been hiding behind truck tires just trying to glass, but it's been fun. Day one. It's kind of sad it ended so fast.
Hey.
You can't let these guys
But you
walk
know what?
though.
It's a happy day, big time.
Good times. Thanks for joining us on The Fierce Life. Catch us next week for more action.